Hey guys, what is going on? This is kind of a off-the-cuff stream tonight. I bought this stick a couple weeks ago. This is the Qanba Carbon arcade stick, and yeah, it's a $60 stick with free shipping straight from Qanba's website itself. We were just doing a Twitch stream, and we got onto the topic of cheap arcade sticks, and I went to Qanba's website just for shits and giggles, and I saw this for 60 bucks, and I was like, that looks too good to be true. And I put it into my cart, it calculated free shipping, and I was like, all right, I'm buying it. We're gonna try it. And I got it, and I was actually really impressed with it for the price. It's again, it's only 60 bucks. It does use generic Qanba parts for the stick and buttons, and so they're perfectly fine. Especially for this price range. I spent the whole afternoon just playing shmups with it, and I didn't really have too much trouble with it. But they are cheaper parts. They don't feel as good as like Sanwa's or Saimitsu's or even Hori's modern parts. But there are some really nice things about it. For one, it's just a really nice layout. It's got a good base, to rest your hands on and things like that. And so that's really fantastic. It does work on PC and PlayStation 3. While only PC and PS3 is a limiting factor, you can use it with various converters. I've used it with my Brook adapters. So I was playing PC Engine shmups with this thing. Dreamcast, PS1, PS2. Anything Brook has an adapter for. This thing will work with it, and I also have a Mayflash adapter that will allow it to work on like my PS4 and my Switch, and things like that. So, it also has these really awesome table clamps on it, or desk clamps. They basically can just clip right off. And they will attach to a desk, and it'll make the base here basically the top side completely flush with the desk, which is awesome. I've never actually used a stick that's had these clamps before, and I did it last week, and I was like, oh man, this is awesome. And like the stick was at the perfect height, and it was really fantastic. And you can take the clamps off easily, but one thing you can also do is if you like to use it on the desk, you can leave them on, and it angles the stick upwards. So the stick is at a more comfortable angle when you're using it on an actual desk. I don't really like the sticks being perfectly flat on a desk. When it's high up, it's just a weird, awkward position. But with the clamps attached to it, like so, it makes for a more comfortable angle if I do use it on the desk. It's kind of nice. But yeah, you can also just take these off. They have these little buttons right here, and so just like that. And don't mind my ghetto camera setup. We are using an actual camcorder this time, thankfully. Let's put that one over there, and I'll flip this one over. And do that. And Karsten, thank you very much for that $5, man. I really appreciate that. Hope you're doing all right tonight. And yeah, there we go. So yeah, no clamps now. Which I had to do that anyway to get into the stick, but it's also got a cord compartment, so when you're not using it, you can wrap up your cord and just shove it in here, which again is a nice feature. There are a lot of really cool features in this thing that you don't see normally on $60 joysticks. I'm just very impressed with the overall build quality. The shell has like a old Atari VCS, Atari 2600 style texture to it. So, it's not like that perfectly flat, super cheap feeling like made in China plastic that you usually see on like really cheap budget items. So, but yeah, so this is it. We're gonna take out the stick. We're gonna take out the buttons. Assuming I did get the right parts. I just got a package in from Amazon, and so let me do that first. We are using a different mic today just to make it easier to make it easier to talk into while I'm actually swapping the parts. So another cool thing about this stick is that it's all quick connects. So I'll explain what I mean by that in just a couple of minutes. And once we're done actually swapping stuff out, I've got my my emulation PC hooked up, running to my capture card already, and we'll switch over to that. And yeah, we'll switch over to that and play some stuff on Steam. Now, I do actually have other stuff in this box. This isn't all just arcade stuff. I had to do multiple orders from Amazon. I had to buy new bike tire tubes because I encountered a flat about a month ago, and I've been really lazy on replacing that. So I finally got that, so I will be able to I'll be able to ride my bike again, which would be very good. And I got something else, put that over there. And I guess everything is just in this one box. That's actually kind of interesting. So I also got, what do they call them again? Yeah, a restrictor plate. This is an octagonal restrictor plate, so I'll show you what I mean by this once we open up the stick. The stick by default is a square. It does use a square gate, and again, I'll show you what I mean once we get into the stick. But this should be the stick and buttons, or is this just the stick? Where are my buttons at? I hope they shoved them all just in this one box, but this looks like it would just be the stick. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, good. They shoved everything in the same box. Good, good, good. I was like, kind of scared me there for a second, man. All right, so first off, these are the Sanwa buttons. And let's go ahead and take the plastic wrapping off the tops. Oh yeah, those have a much more springy feel than the stock Qanba ones. They look the same because, you know, they're black buttons just like the Qanbas, but yeah, these feel a lot better, man. Oh yeah, that's gonna feel way better for the shmups. Hell yeah. This is gonna turn into like my favorite stick to use. I can tell already. All right, so this micro switch keeps popping out. Huh, that's interesting. All right. So don't mind my camera. It is, you know, it is zoomed in a little bit, so it's not super. Yeah, it's a little blurry because of the zoom in. But, would I recommend the base $60 version? Oh yeah, absolutely, Carson. I mean, honestly, to me, I think it's the best stick you can buy for $60. It has the nicest features, and it's also built for, you know, expandability, like being able to swap out the stick and buttons easily. Qanba apparently uses, you know, they design their stuff with Sanwa parts in mind because their high-end, top-tier sticks all use Sanwa parts. So you can, you know, you can pay the $60 for the stick and then buy like a $20 Sanwa or $25 Sanwa arcade stick, drop that in, and that's a huge improvement. Or you know, if you don't mind the face buttons, you can just keep using the face buttons as is. Oh yeah, that has a lot more tension than the other stick. Oh man, that's nice. Damn. Yeah, and so like, you know, you can turn it into like a, you know, $100 stick, but it's still a better stick than other sticks you'd buy for $120 and $150. So it's nice. Now, granted, again, this stick is only PC and PS3. You have to get adapters if you want to use it on more modern platforms, like PS4 or something like that. So this I actually shouldn't need. This is the connector, but I should be able to just use the existing connector that's in the stick already, from what I understand. So, but okay, we got the stick, we got the buttons, and this is what it looks like in the back. And you can see that it's got a square restrictor plate. Man, I am terrible at this. So notice around here, in this little hole, it's more like a square. And so that means that the stick is only going to be able to go, you know, up, down, left, right, and just like hard diagonals at 45-degree angles. And so these other restrictor plates, they will allow it more. I'll just show you. I'm trying to open this up. I'm terrible at explaining this stuff. So this one right here, you can see it's octagonal. So the way like the stick moves around, it's a little more circular. Leo told me he really likes this design, and so I had to try it out. We'll see, you know, how well I like it. But yeah, so we're gonna also try this. So let me put this aside. All right, so let's bring out the stick. And so if I remember correctly, there are only about 6 screws, 3 up top, 3 in the bottom. Thankfully, you do not have to eat through this label. There's no screw there. So let's get the screwdriver out and open this up. Retro Simon, yeah, there's no soldering. That's one of the great things about this is, yeah, these, the Sanwa JLF sticks and the buttons, the stick uses the exact same connector that should be inside this stick or already. And then on the underside of the buttons is you have just those metal tabs. And the cables inside here already are not soldered in. They are using these things called quick connects. So they will just pop right off and then pop right on the new buttons. And the buttons themselves, they just have these little, you'll notice on the sides here, they've got these little tabs. And so these tabs just like click in. So, you know, there's no screwing or anything like that. It's a pretty fast and easy process. Carson says he thinks he'd like it for his Pi. Yeah, this stick would be perfect for your Raspberry Pi. Absolutely. All right, there we go. And there we go. That's the inside. So as you can see, these are just quick connects. They just pop right off. And then same with this connector right here. It just clicks right off. And then I can just unscrew these parts right here, and that's pretty much it. So you'll notice that the joystick itself has a notch for a screwdriver. So what you want to do is actually, this actually will allow you to get the ball top off, which will then allow you to pull the stick through the bottom. So let's go ahead and disconnect the joystick. Let me zoom back in a little bit. So for those of you guys I want to see up close, there we go. Hey Marcelo, welcome back. Where's my flathead? I need a flathead screwdriver. There we go. So I can just kind of hold that, and then I should be able to just, let's see. This is not the sort of thing I'm used to doing on stream, so just bear with me here, guys. Let's see. All right, there we go. Oops, I lost the ball. All right. So there's that. Oh, that's actually good to know. So this is also kind of a learning experience for me. You'll notice that the rod for the stick itself is actually silver. I didn't realize that Qanba had these shrouds on top of them, basically to give that all black look. I was worried when I bought the replacement stick that I'd lose the all black look. But yeah, nice little touch. Very cool. I did not know they did that. That's awesome. All right, now let's go ahead and disconnect the actual connector here. So I should be able to just like pull it out. Yep, just comes out. Yeah, it's the exact same connector that is on this one right here that we got. All right, very nice. And it's just 4 Phillips head screws. That's it. And there we go. There's the original Qanba stick. And if I wanted to, I could take the restrictor plate off. Which apparently these just click right off, supposedly. Yeah, it looks like there are tabs. Looks like I would just push the tabs in, and then they would just click right off. Let's see if we can do that. It's a little more difficult than I want it to be. Let's see. Yeah, it's not really a big deal. I don't think I'm going to swap back out to a square gate. I have plenty of other sticks that have square gates on them. I'm going to try the octagonal gate. I think on the Sanwa sticks themselves, they're actually easier to just click off. Let's see. Yeah, oh yeah, that comes out much easier. This is my first time trying to, get one of these off. Yep, there we go. All right, let's take our octagonal gate. Oh, and that's interesting too. This Sanwa stick actually has an E-clip on it to keep that into place. Yeah, just to kind of show you the difference in the parts. This is the Sanwa, and this is the Qanba. The Qanba one has this plastic shroud, and and the switches are on the inside. It's interesting. But yeah, it's cool. All right, so let's. And it looks like this is keyed as well, which is interesting. So it's kind of hard to put this on the wrong way. Yeah, super easy. Yeah, now I've got an 8-way restrictor gate on it. So you can see how the stick moves around in more of a circular fashion now, as opposed to, you know, having hard, like 4 hard corners. It'd be very interesting to use this. I don't think I've had a 8-way gate on any of the sticks I've ever owned. I'm so used to the 4-way, I never even really thought about it. So okay, let's go ahead and screw this one back in. Karsten is at the Capra Demon boss fight in Dark Souls. Hell yeah. That could be a run breaker for new players. They get to that fight and they can really struggle with it. This obviously isn't the easiest thing to do with one hand. Okay, we're good there. Let's get the other one. There are 2 more. Yeah, you want to kill the 2 dogs first, so you can just deal with him one-on-one. And then he's not bad one-on-one. Capra Demon's one of those enemies in, or bosses in Dark Souls, or one of those video game bosses that turns into a regular enemy as the game progresses. So get used to him. Uh-oh, this is not going in. Right. Alright, we're good. Alright, let's just get them tightened in, or tightened up. Yeah, so I want to say thanks to everyone for stopping in and hanging out tonight. I hope you're all doing well. We're probably not going to be here forever. It is getting late. It's 10:30 already. And, well, yeah, we'll play some games for a couple hours, most likely. Let's, get that in there. This is, Alright, I'm going to actually have to take this button out real quick. Because this joystick connector does not want to go on. There we go. Had to make room for this connector to slide in. Alright, there's that. Now we're going to go ahead and start working on the buttons. So let's zoom back in a little bit. Yeah, so as far as I'm aware, it doesn't matter which order these cables go on in. But, yeah, we just... Oops. Not what I want to do. Pop that off. Pop that off. And now the button just slips right through, just like that. Yeah, this Qanba button is very different. It's not nearly as springy as the Sanwa. Now on some arcade sticks, these holes aren't going to be the right size, but apparently on this one, it's the exact same measurements that Sanwa parts need. So, yeah, it's really good stuff. And there we go. gonna do all these one by one. Where's my screwdriver? I do find it interesting, you can actually push the switches down. I wonder if that's normal for these Sanwa buttons. This is my first time doing this, so I'm not sure if that's just like a normal design thing with those. You see, this connector is being a little problematic. All right, that's another one out. Hopefully the camera's not too shaky. I mounted it where I did because it's attached to a totally different desk. I've done stuff like this in the past, and the camera would just shake all over the place because I had it mounted on the same desk I was actually working on. But hopefully the camera is relatively stable today. And then when we switch over and actually play games, I will switch over to a different mic, so it will sound better. I'll sound closer to it. All right, it looks like that's that. What's up, Patchouli? What's up, Patchouli? Patchouli's in here right next to me. Now, I've noticed that some of these buttons, the terminals are bent, and I don't know if that's necessary. I don't think it is. So I'm not going to go and bother, like, bending all of them. Because, like, some of these are just perfectly straight up, and they're fine. They're not hitting anything, as far as I'm aware, so... Some of these being bent, it's probably just, I don't know. Whoever installed it just might have bent them by accident. I don't know. Yeah, so one of the reasons I also wanted to do this is that I have a stick by Razer. It's called the Atrox. It's for Xbox One. And it's their basically high-end arcade stick. And I found out that they use all Sanwa parts in those sticks. And I've been using it a lot more lately. Really liking the feel of it. And so basically what I'm going to do is going to end up turning this stick into one that feels like my Razer for Xbox One. All right. Let's go ahead and zoom this out. Uber, yeah, that's the first thing I thought. I thought maybe they did it to make sure that these fit. But looking at the inside of the case, it's huge and open. Yeah, it's just huge and open. We don't have anything to worry about. All right. Ay, ay, ay. There we go, another one out. I'm just doing these one by one to make sure that, like, I don't get the the wires mixed up or anything. I mean, it looks like the wires are already kind of going to where they need to go, so that shouldn't be a problem, but I'm just playing it safe anyway. But yeah, this is kind of a good example for you guys just getting into this kind of stuff. What I do recommend doing is if you are researching arcade sticks and you're looking to invest in one, do research. There are a lot of really good YouTube channels out there that review these sticks. They open them up for you. They talk about modding potential and things like that, how easy it is to swap out parts. And so do some research. Look for sticks that have simple modding capabilities like this. This is a very like low form of modding. It's just swapping out parts with new ones. I mean, it's some people that might not even be considered modding, but you know, you need to see how easy it is to be able to do that. And stuff like this, anybody can do. You need literally zero knowledge. Zero electrical knowledge. You just need to be able to pull a couple plugs off or lugs off here and there. You need to, you know, be able to pop some tabs out. It's super easy. Anybody could do it. And as long as you have something that can be worked on like this, it also means that if like a button breaks, you can go buy another one. You can just pop it right in and it will work fine. Some of these quick connects are being a little stubborn though. There they are. Alright, just one more, then we can tie this thing up and play some games. Alright. We'll have to screw the ball top on afterwards. That's that. Alright, one more. Now I did realize that some of these they have these rubber shrouds on them, or rubber covers, and you need to make sure that hi Patchouli. I think everyone can hear you. You want to come on? You want to come say hi to everybody? Come here, babe. Come here. Let's say hi to everybody. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Come here. Here's Patchouli. Good time for me to have a drink. I've got some seltzer water. Oh, it's not bad. A little expensive though. What you doing? I can't tell if you're entertained or not. She's just looking straight forward. You come on up here and you just don't do anything. You just sit there. Oh yeah, Marcelo. Yeah, thanks guys, by the way, for um watching my Clay Fighter video. I posted it this morning. I will link it in chat for anyone that hasn't seen it yet. Please feel free to leave a comment. It helps out the video. I really want these types of Let's Plays to have a better chance of getting discovered, so people actually, you know, dropping comments and stuff helps out a lot in that regard. But it also lets me know that you watched it, and that's great. It's cool. I got to hear from a few people that played that game growing up, which was fun to hear. Because I was there when that game first came out. My friend rented it and brought it over, and we played it like all night long. It was a lot of fun. Patchouli, I'm going to have to boot you off. You do know that, right? Yeah, Carlos, Patchouli does like it when I work on pinball machines. She does. Hey, you? Yeah, she does. Alright, let's come on over here. Come on, babe. Come on. Come on, babe. There you go, okay. She's on her bed now. Alright, let's let's get back to this. So yeah, that was... Okay, so I did all but one. Thankfully, Qanba actually labels their buttons, so this one is still labeled as Qanba, so I need to actually take this one off. I thought I had missed one. And you know what? I might not have missed it. I might have actually put this one back on by accident. I got distracted by my cat. And that happens. And this one is Sanwa. Yep. So for anyone interested in doing this sort of thing, there are various arcade shops online I'd recommend going to get replacement parts. I was already on Amazon. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to see if I can get like some of this stuff on Amazon. And yeah, sure enough, there were several sellers there offering the Sanwa JLF sticks. And buttons, and so, you know, it probably cost me a few dollars more. Not a lot more, but it definitely cost me a tiny bit more to do this. But I was able to get free shipping because I was on Amazon. You know, anything over $25 you get free shipping on. So that was the idea. So I might have actually ended up saving money, whereas if I went through, you know, an independent arcade retailer website, like there's Arcade Shock and Focus Attack. There are a couple of shops out there that are, you know, fairly well known. I might have gotten charged more for shipping. So, but all right, let's go ahead and let me again make sure all these are on nice and tight, because I don't want to have to open this back up. And then we'll hook it up and we'll test it out. All right. Now you do want to make sure that this cable in here is correct. So it's actually supposed to sit like in here, like that. And then I also have to get the ball top back on too. So, so let's put these on. Let's drop that on. Alright, so now I have to tighten it up. Now you need to make sure that these are nice and tight, because if you don't, these will actually spin off and just pop right off. So you want them to be on like super tight. And you want it to be where if you spin it, it doesn't come undone. Because you are going to be spinning the ball top as you're playing. It does just naturally spin. So. But okay. Let's screw this bad boy back together. And I'm really stoked about this. It's my first time actually swapping buttons out on a stick. Usually, you know, I have, again, like my Razer Atrox or my, you know, my Hori RAPs. They've got really nice buttons and stuff already. So, yeah, on the RAPs, I have wanted to try to swap them out. Because Hori uses their own parts, and they're good parts, don't get me wrong. I like them. But I just wanted to experiment, you know, with other brands and types. Like, I've never really messed around with Sanwa much up until just recently with my Razer. Hey, Encrypted Printer. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, and if you don't use the desk mount clamps, it still has some rubber pads here, so it doesn't just like slip and slide all over the place. It's nice. Lots of really nice attention to detail on this stick, which again for 60 bucks, it's 2021 as of doing this video, and $60 was like a price for a low-end stick back in like 2010, you know. Everything else has just gone up in price, and so finding something like this for 60 bucks is just, it's a great deal. All right. Oh man, yeah, that feels so much smoother. Yeah, I'd say the stick in particular is probably the biggest improvement. The buttons I could probably, you know, take or leave. It doesn't really matter as much, but the stick is definitely... If you're gonna get a stick like this and swap the parts out, at least do the stick itself. That will be the biggest improvement. Now this is coming from the perspective of just playing like shoot-em-ups and, you know, standard arcade games. I don't do a lot of fighting games these days. I mainly use arcade sticks for shmups. That's my arcade genre I play the most these days. It's fun to be able to dabble with like Street Fighter 2 and stuff like that, or Mortal Kombat, but it's not really the focus of my use. And so for someone like me, using the stock Qanba buttons, they're fine. You know, a lot of games, a lot of shmups have auto fire, so you can just hold down the button. Or they've got semi-auto fire, so you tap the button, it does like a short stream of shots, and so you're just tapping it like this. You know, some games require button mashing, but, you know, the stock buttons were fine for that. Now, I almost feel like the mechanisms inside the Qanba buttons, like I feel like they vibrate more when I'm using them. I was noticing that when I was using the stick. And I feel like there's less of that with the Sanwa buttons. But yeah, if you do one thing, do the stick, the buttons, you could probably take or leave. If you're just like a casual, like Karsten's, like I would be great to use it on my Raspberry Pi. Like for Karsten, like the buttons would be fine. I mean, the stick would be fine for him too, honestly. But if he wanted to do a good upgrade, spending that $20 to $25 extra to get a really nice Sanwa stick is worth it. That still puts the stick around $80 to $85. And you have a better stick than, well, most other things for the money. I mean, it's hard to beat that. So, all right, guys, let's put this stuff back. And I'll hold on to the leftover parts. I mean, there's no reason to throw them out. And even what's cool about it is, if I wanted to, I can now take these old Qanba parts and like make a custom stick. I've got the means now, maybe make a custom like Jaguar stick or something. I don't know. Let's put all this stuff away. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to swap over mics. I'm going to turn on my computer. And, yeah, we're gonna play some games now. And what I'm going to do is actually mount this to my desk. So, yeah, with the clamps. So I'll put the clamps back on. Now, one downside to this arcade stick is the cabling is actually pretty short. So you do have to be really close to your computer. I think it's about, I don't know, anywhere from 4.5 to 6 feet. I think it's probably about 6 feet. So just to FYI. So the desk mounts, by the way, they're just plastic. But there's a rubber tab here. So if you're using it on your desk still, it doesn't scratch it up. And it also feels good too. So yeah, it just kind of like slides right on. Clicks in. That's it. It's very simple. Yeah, exactly, Carson. $60 entry. And I'm not sponsored or anything to be like, oh, $60, free shipping, blah, blah, blah. I'm just restating my own personal experience. I paid $60 for this like 3 weeks ago. And, even as is out of the box, I liked it a lot. I don't really have problems. Well, I liked it a lot out of the box. But I was like, I've never swapped out sticks before. And this one is very easy to do that with. And so I bit the bullet and I went ahead and ordered my parts. And I can already tell this is probably going to turn into one of my favorite sticks to use of all the ones I have. And I have quite a few now, so. Alright, so for anybody wondering, the whole desk mount thing is it just goes on like this. That's it. And this is the desk mount thing is I think what makes it the best value for the money, because this is a really nice feature. Just be careful because they are plastic. If you pound it, they're probably going to break or apply like extreme force. But like I'm applying force like this, it's probably fine. So, all right, let's switch over. Alrighty guys, I'm going to switch over to the other mic, so bear with me here while I do that. Alright guys, sorry about that. I also used the bathroom. I was like, yeah, I should probably take a quick break before we do anything else. But yeah, I've got my my Steam library up here. Let's go into big picture mode. And actually, before I do that, it would help if I actually plugged in the joystick. So let's do that. Oh man. So this is kind of an awkward setup for me right now, but we should be fine for the most part. Yeah, it recognizes it just fine. Seems good so far. We'll just start off with some Raiden 4 since that's what game title I've selected. And hey, Major Havoc, how's it going, man? Simon picked up Blood Fresh Supply and Command & Conquer Remastered. Very nice. Oh, the Steam Summer Sale's going on right now. Yeah, a lot of audio stuttering. That's weird. I don't know what's going on there. Oh, and you got Project Warlock. Nice. Alright, I just gotta bring my screen a little bit closer to me. Alright. We'll do a round of arcade mode. Alright, main character. And start. Let me know how the audio is. It's probably okay. And Tony, welcome back. Oh, lots of screen tearing. Alright, I don't really want to do this, but I'm going to go out to my Radeon settings and try to enable VSync across the board. So let's just get out of here. I've been noticing like massive screen tearing issues with Raiden 4 in particular. But usually I like to leave VSync off because usually add some input latency. Now I don't know where the setting is. So I try not to dick around with my Radeon settings all that often. Let's see. Sure. So in this emulation PC, I have a RX 580 GPU in here with the Ryzen 7 1700X first gen Ryzen, and I think I'm working on 16 gigs of RAM in here. So it's actually a pretty beefy emulation box. But the nice thing about it is that I can not just emulate, but I can also play some modern games on it too, just fine. Like I could play Doom Eternal on this right now, and it would be awesome. So, yeah, I don't think there's really anything else. So, all right, let's go ahead and just close that out. Go back in the write-in. Hopefully, it improves things. But I understand that the screen tearing makes it really hard to watch, so we'll try it again. What are you looking at grabbing, Uber? Oh, it looks like Dead Space Underwater. It's called Deep Black Reloaded. Yeah, I never even heard of that. Yeah, I'm still seeing all sorts of screen tearing. What the hell's going on, man? Man, this stick feels really good, though. Oh, it's good. I'd like to switch over to the blue laser here. Takes on the bosses a lot faster. Now, I have not warmed up at all. I haven't played any video games today. I played pinball, but not video games. Yeah, a game not launching, that's a good reason to get bad reviews. Yeah, I'm liking this octagonal gate as well. It's interesting. It's like it's easier to ride the gate as I'm playing. Oh, whoa, that never happens. This is not good. I don't know, maybe that did work out. I'd rather still have my life, but I think I'm pretty much maxed out on firepower now. Yeah, stick is feeling really good. I always struggle with that last pattern. And it's a simple pattern. Just position yourself right and you'll avoid it. There's some major stuttering going on. I bet you Windows is doing like updates in the background. I haven't turned on this computer in months. I like using these heavy missiles. They're very good in this game. Very powerful. And I generally prefer the red shot for the, you know, the levels themselves, and then switching over to the blue laser for boss fights. This is such a hard part. This is where the game really starts showing its teeth. I assume you guys can still hear me. Please let me know. Please let me know that you can. Because if you can't, you're not going to respond. Whoa, what did I get hit by? I have no idea. Well, this is bad. Very, very bad. Audio is fine. Alright, thanks, guys. And hey, Zanctum, what's going on? Welcome back. Karsten can hear me. Hey, Monterance, what's going on? Monsters is playing Sonic Wings. Nice. Which Sonic Wings? Because there's... well, technically 4 of them. If you count Sonic Wings Special. Which you should. Oh, I was not paying attention. Okay, so Monterance, the first Sonic Wings is not a Neo Geo game, so... yeah, only Sonic Wings 2 and 3 were Neo Geo titles. That's why I was trying to clarify. So you're not actually playing for Neo Geo, you're just playing the arcade game on MAME. That's it. That's why I wanted to clarify. But Sonic Wings 2 and 3 were Neo Geo games. Neo Geo MVS. I don't really have many scores on this computer. It is interesting how this game doesn't have cloud support. So... I think most of my scores are on a different PC. Oh, you are playing part 3. Okay. So you are playing a Neo Geo game then. Okay. Now we're on the same page. Carlos had asked for Raiden 5. How long are you going to be around, Carlos? because I can do that maybe in a little bit. That's like an hour-long playthrough, and I would love to, but Karsten. Still struggling with the Capra Demon. We've been streaming for an hour and a half. He's still struggling with it. Yeah, so Karsten, my tip to you is to immediately run up the stairs, try to kill the dogs, and then drop down. You'll get it eventually. It is a hard fight. Yeah, I started playing this game a lot more last week, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. So we'll see what we can do here. I have my speed set pretty high. I find that's pretty important for this game. But yeah, this is called Super XYX. It's really good. Alright, that's my bomb button. That boss has a really crazy laser pattern. It's very unpredictable. I got some good patterns there. Dark Souls has no cloud save support on Switch. Oh, that's a bummer. This game has a really nice soundtrack, too. Oh. Yeah, my only thing about the 8-way gate is I'm not used to it, and so I almost feel like my stick is getting stuck on it sometimes. But I think it's just me not being adjusted to it yet. Oh. There's a safe spot right on top of these turrets. I'm gonna have to wait. There we go. Wow, that's really a shame, Karsten, that you can't back up the data to the cloud. I figured like every game would support that, and it's kind of weird that it doesn't work. I really wish Namco would go in and like fix that. Unless it's something Nintendo has to do, I don't know. I don't know what the rules are about that. Oh, Carson, do you not? No, you do have Switch Online. Yeah, you have to have Switch Online for the cloud backup. Yeah, I mean, it might be one of those things that just doesn't work with every game. Oh, shit. Oops, did not mean to use that. That's fine, I got plenty of bombs. Dude. That was my fault completely. I just went diagonally straight into that bullet. Oh, that's it. No, that's not it. Last life. That's it. Man, I don't know if it's this restrictor plate or if it's just me being rusty right now. But yeah, I'm just like running into random bullets. Hey, liberal arts guy. Oh, it straight up says it's not supported. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, really awesome game. Definitely recommend it if you guys haven't played it before. It's not very expensive either, if I recall correctly. Crisis Wing was apparently updated too. I remember trying to play this one last year and I wasn't all that impressed, but supposedly I went back to it since and I've had fun with it, so we'll try it again. We'll see if it recognizes this stick out of the box. One thing that's nice about this game is that the developers keep updating it. And it is not recognizing my stick. I remember that being a problem with this game. So what I'm going to have to do is, I did find out recently that you can set controller configurations in Steam. I don't remember how to do this. Let's do Z. Now, I don't know if there's a faster way to do this, but I did find out that you could do this. It's a really nice feature for games that don't, for games that don't want to recognize your controllers. So, let's do Z, X, C, and V. Okay, that's fine. Select should be something like, I don't know. I don't know, we'll just roll with that and see how that works. Yeah, it's working now. Control options. Z, oops. There's a lot of stutter going on. It looks like that's it, actually. So let's see what's going on in the background. Things are stuttering quite a bit. Could also be, I don't know. Oops. Let's Go to settings, update and security. Alright, no, stop it. I think that's exactly what's happening. Yeah. Windows was actually installing an update. I hate it when it does that. So my main personal computer, I have automatic updates turned off. I have a process where like once every few months I go in and I update manually. But on all my spare PCs, I have them set to automatically update because I don't want to have to go through that process for all of them. So when I bust out a computer like this for the first time in 5 months and stream it, it's like there's a lot of updates that are going to be fed to it. So Mario plays Kamui with his SNES controller. That's cool, man. That's a really solid game. Good lord, that stuttering is horrible. Alright, why is this doing this? Alright, we're gonna restart this computer. You're going to restart this computer. I don't know what the hell is going on right now. There's no reason for this PC to be running like this. Zero reason. Oh, Carlos, I've got plenty of resources to work with in this machine to play an old 16-bit style shoot 'em up. Trust me. The system is overkill for these types of games we're playing right now. Completely overkill. Gotcha. I have a second computer running into my capture card. I'm not playing these games on my mainstream PC. And trust me, if we were playing on my main PC, we wouldn't be having any problems because it's a monster. I wouldn't jump to conclusions, Karsten. For one, Windows 11 is not in anyone's... It's not in our hands yet, so... we don't know what its customization is going to be like. Microsoft has traditionally allowed users to... you know, roll back a lot of, like, the new visual features and stuff like that, so we'll see. I'm not going to dog on them about it. So... Alright. Let's try this again. It is not, Carlos. No, I have a RX 580 in here. So it's actually usable. Unlike the computer I have that I put a GT 730 in. That was... I mean, the processor and RAM is the same as what's inside this computer. I have two PCs with Ryzen 1700Xs in them. One I had originally used as a pinball stream rig. The other I built because I upgraded from the 1700X in my mainstream PC. And so it left me with a pretty solid leftover processor. And I was like, I need to build a computer out of this. And so I did. Actually, you know what? Hold on a second. Wanted to check my downloads, make sure like it wasn't automatically downloading stuff. Alright, it's not. No, I can see it's still stuttering. It's gotta just be the game then. Unless I need to just disable my Radeon software or something like that. Yeah, VSync is on too. Let me turn off VSync, see if that affects things, because the Radeon software is trying to do its own thing too with VSync. Maybe that's the problem. No, it's still stuttering. I don't know, it's a little bit better. It's not perfect, but it is... Dude, what is going on with these controls? Oh no, it's borked. This game is, I don't know, Super XYX was fine, so I'm gonna assume it's just Crisis Wing is just being a turd. I've had so many problems with this game. Like, I want to get into it, I want to enjoy it, but I've tried it on multiple computers, and it just, I have problems. Alright, well, Carlos asked for Raiden 5, and I don't need to stream all night, so we'll go ahead and just play some Raiden 5. Yeah, Liberal Arts guy, you're right. Yeah, it's sometimes uninstalling and reinstalling works too. Yeah, for sure. The Steam overlay hasn't been a problem with that game in the past, so I don't think that's the issue, but yeah, it is something I could try. Raiden 4 was doing a lot of tearing Uber Disco, yeah. Big picture mode usually makes things more reliable, oddly, Uber Disco. In my experience, so it's just kind of weird that it's... I don't know. Raiden 5 seems to be fine, so I think it's just these games. Yeah, XYX was fine, yeah, for sure. It was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Okay. I think we're fine. Yeah, no, I hear you, Uber. I appreciate it. Is Raiden 5 worth playing? I think it is. It's been my most played shooter in the last couple of years. Personally. Just, I do recommend the director's cut. I'd only play the original Xbox One version if you're just a hardcore fan of director's cut. All right. So this is a long playthrough. This takes over an hour. Now we'll see how this stick works with it. I'm still trying to get used to this Octo Gate. It is, I'm not really sure how I like it. As I've been playing more, I don't know. Looks like we have some online players, which is cool. So if you want to play for survival, I recommend using the Swing Vulcan. I'm going to be using this for pretty much the whole playthrough. This is assuming we actually make it a full playthrough, because there are a couple of parts in this game I am very inconsistent at. This game has a score multiplier system, where the faster you kill things, the more points you get. There's also the flash system on top of that, which boosts your multiplier higher. Oops, pressed the wrong button. Damn it. Now what I just did is I used what's called my cheer call. It uses up this blue bar in the bottom right. When you use it, it's like a support system. Think of it as like a bomb, but it alters your attacks. Well, the problem with the cheer call is that it completely eradicates your multiplier. So if you're trying to play for score, you don't really want to use it. It's mainly something you want to use for survival. I don't know, Carlos. They poorly optimized. I don't know. Maybe something else was conflicting with them. Oops, did not want to do that. There are a lot of different things that could be causing the problems, but I'm not sure. I don't know. Yeah, and one really fun feature about the game is the cheer system, where as you play through the game, various accomplishments set throughout the game will pop up on other players' screens. And so you're going to see that happening. Like this guy, he just joined the game. Game Network Connect. And I can acknowledge it by pressing the cheer button. And when I do that, they'll get a notification. You notice on the bottom left there's a box that says Game Cheer. I'll acknowledge their accomplishment, and then their Game Cheer box will, you know, it'll go up as they're playing. So basically I'm acknowledging their playthrough as they're playing the game. It's pretty neat. It's a fun feature. Now, whenever I cheer back at them, it actually benefits my gameplay. I boost my cheer call meter in the bottom right faster. So I can actually technically use that more often over the course of the game as I cheer back to people. So if you're the kind of person trying to play for survival, maybe you're struggling with the game, if there's a decent online community, you could potentially get more cheer uses in a single game than you would in others. It's pretty cool. I always like to acknowledge that these guys are playing. And so I always try to cheer back at them. These other things here called pylons, you have to hover over them, and then they pop up. They're usually put in positions where they're really risky to go for. Now, what I do find when I play Raiden 5 is that not many people actually cheer back. Which is disappointing, but I always try to make it a point to cheer. Because it's one of the game systems, and it's fun. I like to make use of it. Yeah, Uber Disco, first-person games in general really wreck stream bit rates. Oops, I pressed the wrong button. There's our first fairy. The fairies, like in classic Raiden games, will come out when you take a hit. As long as your health bar is underneath 50%, a fairy will come out, and she'll give you a little bit of health back. So the fairies are definitely key to survival in this game. You've got the potential to get quite a lot of them over the course of a playthrough. These little blue guys they're meekless. They're little guys that are, pretty much a Raiden thing. Ever since the very first game. And you pick them up in this game, and they're 50,000 points. Now, enemies also drop these icons. These little medals. It's good to pick them up. They definitely add up over the course of the game. But the biggest scoring opportunities are fast killing enemies. So your priority should always be that. Picking up medals and stuff should be secondary. Now, if you can do both, then that's good. Yeah, Uber, that might be a good idea. Doing a 720p 60 stream instead of 1080p. On YouTube here, I just do 1080p at both. I just raise the bit rate on YouTube. Twitch's maximum bit rate is 6,000 megabits per second. Oops. YouTube, you can go up to like... Oh my god, I took another hit. Yeah, this probably isn't going to be a full playthrough. I've already taken 2 hits on the easiest levels in the game, so... It's not good. But yeah, on YouTube, you can raise the bitrate ridiculously high. the main limiting factor is your internet connection. So you took that alert box issue and changed it into a positive. What happened, Uber? So yeah, you do actually get extra points at the end of each level for like how much health you have, how many medals you've picked up, things like that. So, you know, if you want to maximize your points, you obviously don't want to take damage. And you do get some extra points for bomb count. Kind of minuscule points. 3,000 times 5. It's 15,000 points. It's not a lot of points. So if you use bombs, don't feel bad. Yeah, these aren't huge, like, bonuses, but, you know, they do add up over the course of the game. You'll get a few million at least from bonus points alone. You never got it to work correctly, so you just imported an alert box from Stream Elements. Okay. Yeah, there are a bunch of different providers of, like, stream alerts and tools and things like that. Like I said, man, Streamlabs itself, you know, they do good stuff, but some of their stuff can be kind of flaky at the same time. And why, I've never figured out. So, yeah, it doesn't hurt to just move over to a different stream tool set. I know a lot of people that use Stream Elements, actually. I've never tried it. I've always just used Streamlabs. Yeah, a little while ago, I didn't realize it until after multiple YouTube streams that Streamlabs, for some reason, re-enabled subscription alerts. So, subscribing on YouTube is different than subscribing on Twitch, right? A Twitch subscription is a paid thing. A YouTube subscription is just you click the subscribe button, now you're following that channel. So yeah, it re-enabled that functionality even though I had it disabled. And so I started getting like random subscription notifications on my alert box. I was like, I never turned those back on. Why that happens? I will never know. Because Streamlabs is just fickle like that. You know? Doesn't make sense sometimes. Someone's on stage 5, which is cool. That's a hard level. Yeah, man, I don't know how I'm feeling about this octo gate. I might put the square gate back in, honestly. Not right now, but some other time. I feel like one thing about the square gate is that this... Oh, for God's sake, man, I took another hit. One thing about the square gate is that it, I feel like I can move the stick around smoother. Whereas the octo gate, it's like the stick is constantly like brushing up against, you know, the edges. I don't know how to describe this. I really don't. I feel like my performance is suffering. Yeah, I feel like it's constricting the movement a little bit. Again, maybe it's something I can get used to, but... Yeah, I don't know. I do notice, like, when I'm moving to the left or right, I try to switch over to diagonal motions. It doesn't seem to register sometimes. Alright, last stretch, then we go to the boss fight. A lot of enemies that just pop out from the sides on this part, so you want to stay at the bottom of the screen. Even if you see some juicy power-ups, you don't want to be going for them. You want the power-ups to come home to you. Because these enemies on the side will slam into you. And you lose way more health slamming into an enemy than you do slamming into a bullet. You get punished hardcore. Like, you'll lose like a third of your health if you slam into an enemy. And I'd like to beat this level without using a fairy. So again, when my health goes below 50%, a fairy comes out. I want to save those... Am I planning on something in celebration for Quake? No. I mean, I could do another Quake playthrough, like... my 17th Quake playthrough? I don't know. I'm not one of those channels, Carlos, where like I'm so invested in everything now that I do celebration videos and stuff like that. I'm kind of past that at the moment. Maybe I'll go back to that sort of thing, but right now it's not really what I do. The hell? My bomb button is not working. Okay, that's not good. Why? My bomb button is just shooting like normal. I mean, that completely killed our run, so I'm gonna just quit. And I can't even bring up the menu. God damn it. Raiden, what are you doing? Yeah, I don't know why, but I can't even bring up a menu. It's a bummer, because I really want to play through this game, but it's okay. I can do it some other time. We failed the bonus stage, it's just gonna kick us right back into the main game. Just gonna get a game over. Yeah, New Moon, it's entirely possible that, yeah, I didn't set the bomb correctly. Let's check it out. That's, oh my god, I can't believe I did that. That's exactly what it was. Yeah. Wow. Well, I'm glad that's what it was. And it was funny, is like, I thought I used a bomb. Yeah, I thought I had used a bomb already. It's interesting. Alright, well, whatever. It is what it is, I guess. Let's do that. Now, actually, my only other concern is, like, why did it not allow me to bring up the menu? That's usually not something I have problems with. And I think... Yeah, I think just one of my buttons isn't... Yeah, isn't like mapping up to what this game wants. Keyboard... You would think that just pressing escape on the keyboard would do it, but it wasn't. Oh man. Well, that's a bummer. Oh well. Not a big deal. Let's see what the leaderboards are like. Yeah, this top one hacked. Yeah, 148 million is ridiculous, man. 146, 145. It's just, it's crazy. I still haven't personally broken 100. Yeah, this is where I am. 91. I don't know if I've gotten higher than 91 on other platforms. I feel like I've probably gotten like 92 or 93 on like PS4. I don't know. Alright, we'll switch to a different game. No, don't ever think that bombs are for scrubs. Bombs are meant to be used. The bombs are there for a reason. A long time ago, when I was hanging out with some other people, 2002, 2003, and we were playing a lot of shoot 'em ups, they would pride themselves on not bombing. And I went by that mindset for a very long time. And yeah. I honestly didn't really start to get better until I started actually using the bombs and actually surviving farther and actually trying to get farther into the game. I mean, there are even some games where there's not like a score penalty if you bomb. So they're just tools to be used, and if you don't use them, you're really significantly, you know, lowering your survival chances. And you should definitely use them to try to get through the game and get better at the game and learn the, you know, the levels and all that stuff. Use them if you have to. There's no shame in it. Man. So yeah, we I don't think I've done Darius Burst in a while. I'll go ahead and do that. Hopefully I don't need to really configure anything here. Yeah, what I had worried about, Carlos, is like, oh no, did a cable come loose or something? And it's like shorting out another one, but no. I know better than that because, uh-oh. We got speed setting issues. Man, I just cannot win here in terms of these games. It's running way too fast. I remember running into this issue on another system. Alright guys, well that's Darius Burst Chronicles. I hope you enjoyed that playthrough. What a mess this stream has turned into. I thought this was gonna go nice and smoothly, but no. Good lord, man. I thought it was gonna be fun to play that game, but apparently not. Oh man. So many games, so little time. I'm trying to think of my most recent ones, and I think it's basically yeah, I did pick up Strikers 3. That was one of my most recent ones. That's right. Some of the shmups I bought recently have been on Xbox One. I bought Natsuki Chronicle, which is really good. That was definitely a good buy. And then I also bought Sisters Royale, also on Xbox One. That was actually a lot of fun too. I'm really glad I picked that one up. Put quite a bit of time into it in the last week. Let's see how old Strikers 3 works out here. And then I'll probably end up getting out of here in a couple of minutes. We'll play a round of this, and then this is controller configuration required. I don't know. Let's try it without it, just to see what's going on. All right. Let's see. There we go. All right. No screen filter. I'll leave that on. Okay. Hey, Robot Ed, what's going on? Alright, so I've only played this game a couple of times on MAME. This looks really nice here. I don't know who's good, who's not. Looks like that's auto fire. That's a bomb. Ooh, nice animation. Looks like we've got the perfect metal system. Try to pick the metals up at the right time, you'll get more points. Alright, see ya, Karsten. Have a good night. Yeah, so in the Strikers 1945 games, you've got a meter, and you can charge it up. Not charge it up. As it fills up, you can unleash, you know, special abilities. One thing I don't really care for with these later Strikers games, past Part 2, is that enemies feel extremely tanky in these games. That was an issue I had with the Neo Geo game as well. I feel like Strikers 2 got it just right. I mean, there are definitely enemies that take a while to kill in that game, but like even basic things like tanks in this one take a while to destroy, and it's I don't know, it's just kind of a weird flow to me. Mission 3. Oh. That was my fault. So you know what I think I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna take my second restrictor gate. I bought 2 of the 8-way ones. And I'm gonna put it in my razor stick because that'll only take like 2 seconds. The razor stick just you know, with the really high-end sticks, they have bases that just pop right open. And so you can get to the internals just like that. So I'll flip it up, I'll put the gate on, see how it feels. Oops. And if I'm feeling the same thing on that stick, then I know it's the gate, and it's not the stick itself. And then I'll probably swap it back out to a square gate. I don't know these boss patterns at all. I'm just kind of winging it. Yeah, can't do anything about that. That was my fault. Oops, I do not want to continue. That's fine. Return to title. Alright. Oops. Well, guys, I think that's going to do it for me. I wasn't really planning on playing a lot of games tonight. I just wanted to do the stick swap, and unfortunately we ran into some issues with some of my software, which kind of was also a buzzkill, but you know, whatever. It is what it is. That kind of comes with the territory of PC gaming, unfortunately. So, but I'll try to mess around with some of these again, try to get them working right. But overall, the stick is nice. I'm really glad I upgraded to the Sanwa parts on this stick in particular, and yeah, so the stick itself feels good. I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of the restrictor gate
But yeah, I'm not sure if I'm a huge fan of that. But overall, you know, I think the upgrade was definitely worth it. And it just kind of is an example of, like, you know, you can buy a good cheap stick like this, and you know, if you decide, like, if you're someone that's new to sticks and you decide that, you know, you're not really sure about it, at least, like, you know, if you do start to really enjoy it, you can upgrade the parts later on. So now I'm trying to get the I'm trying to twist the knobs on my stick to undo it, but it's not. There we go. Okay. Right on, Major Havoc. Yeah, thanks guys for hanging out. I do appreciate it. Just a heads up again, I do have my next Let's Play. I posted it this morning, so, you know, please go check that out if you haven't yet. And actually, you know, let me just disconnect these things completely. Let's see what's going on with this thing. Looks like the rubber piece on one of my twist knobs actually came off too, which is making this thing really hard to turn. Alright, there we go. It's making it really uncomfortable to turn. Hey Raymond, yeah, you have a good night too. But yeah, if you guys you know, get into some of these cheap sticks like this, and or even if you have anything to say about other arcade sticks you've used, you know, feel free to post something down in chat whenever this archive goes live. I'd love to hear your opinions on stuff you've had hands-on with. I've got a bunch of sticks here of varying degrees of quality, and so far this Qanba one has been, you know, probably one of the best. Probably one of the best from, like, just a price and value standpoint. The downside is it really is primarily a PC stick with, you know, you also being able to use PS3, use it on PS3. But with controller adapters, you can get it to work on other systems. But if you do a lot of shmups and stuff on PC like I do, it's definitely a good buy. And then, you know, swapping out the parts was nice, quick and easy. And, yeah, it's good. So, but yeah, thanks guys for hanging out. I will catch you on the next one, whenever that is. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a Wednesday stream this week. I might not, because I don't really have anything prepped at this point. But yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys soon. So, I guess until the next one, take it easy.